Greetings, Keen Fool here, and I was going to get a little more things done off camera before I started, and then I got attacked by a wolf, and I was like, well, I can't let the action happen off camera if that's going to be a thing. So I figured, well, let's just see what we can do with what we start, and we'll just kind of go with the flow on this day. And speaking of go with the flow, the first thing that happened going with the flow was in this woods, which entertaining, we chose this build location for the mine, which is great. However, we live right next to the red zone. And what's great about the red zone, or perhaps I shouldn't say great, what's entertaining about the red zone is that there's a lot of wolf calling going on over here. So I'm hearing a lot of howling, and it's going to be quite a thing having a village directly next to where all the wolves live. So I do think that now we have a little bit of something to keep it entertaining around us and to have us build into for some fun, like considering, well, what would we do if we were going to live in this kind of area? What solution would we have to that? So that'll be entertaining as we go, dealing with the wolf situation. For this day, we are on to the new season. You will notice that I still need to get some food for my people now that we've transitioned into the next season. And also, we do still have her as unhappy, but I did finish another quick house. That way I would be ready to go, and she's in a better home. Problem we have now is the lack of food, so that's kind of a really acute problem we have to deal with fast. So I wanted to get the hunter's lodge up since we got a lot of wolves nearby, and you know, I can hear them howling in the night, I can hear them howling in the day, but that's not going to keep us out of here. We're just going to make sure we go in with plenty of arrows. And that's going to be how we solve that one. Trick being, of course, with that is that I need to have somewhere to build those arrows. And I don't just yet. That's what this is about. So we'll finish the hunting lodge so we're ready to go. I'd prefer to have the workshop done. That's my actual goal. I want to get production skill going, since our smithy is really the focus of this. And our goal to get to. The sooner we're there, the sooner we're making money, the better off we are. And it'll feel like we're actually taking advantage of what the village was meant to be, right? We have the resources we are stationed near, and we are using that mine to its fullest potential. I do believe we're going to end up with a small problem here, since I did not gather up a huge amount of straw. I just need 8 and 8 and 8 and 8. Perhaps we can get away with it. So we'll see if I've got enough straw left over here. In the event that I don't, it's going to be a journey into the wilderness to get more straw. I believe when we go back into town there's a collection of straw on the way, so I'd like to save that as a trip back into town so I'm not wasting time just running off into that spot where I got straw initially, since that spot is, I mean, it's a long ways away and there's nothing to do out there aside from hunt, which isn't bad. You can definitely do the hunting as well as getting the straw, but I could also do that on the way back into town in case I had anything worth selling, which then brings us back full circle to I really want that workshop built, because the workshop is what's going to allow us to start building things we can take back into town and sell. It's not like we're going to sell them for a lot of money, but what we are going to do is we're going to be able to have things to sell, since we need that production skill, and we might as well get some money out of it. We are not going to have enough straw, and that is just unfortunate. That is just too bad. So that means that we're stuck in a small spot here where we can't do much more. The workshop's going to require straw as well, so it looks like we're kind of in a space where we don't have a lot of options. So I think what we'll do here, I don't have many stones on me, and I did put my pickaxe away so that I have more carrying capacity. That being the case, we just got to gather up a couple stones. We got to build ourselves a little fire. Maybe think about some placement for it so it can look decent and be a part of the village structure as like a common area in our temporary setup for our village. And from there, I guess we'll head back into town throwing spears. Oh, that's not exactly what I was hoping for. I don't want to have to be hunting with spears. I'd rather be hunting with the bow. It's a lot easier and a lot more effective. Oh, we're only going to do a simple fire. We don't have enough technology to go fancy. Then let's do simple. Hiya. Alright, well, we'll get some of our meat crafted, and we'll roast it up so we can feed our village. Feed our one villager, and start thinking about whether we want to take on a second villager. We would be rushing a bit to do that, but I do like the idea of having lots of production going on. It's probably worth noting that our villager is working at the woodworking shop and using stone axes currently. I left 2 stone axes in the resource storage so that we would have a spot for it, or so that there would be already something in the slot for working, and I'm fairly confident that those axes are still together. If not, they won't be doing any work for us, and that's not what we're looking for. We want to be sure that they are getting things done. There you go. You now have food. I hope that makes you happier. I need food as well. We have a little bit of fur from our encounter with the wolf, which is really cheap now. Fur sells for 1. I remember that selling for much more before. I'm glad they changed. I do like the fact that they changed a lot in the economy so that it balances things out better. And it's not just go get a couple basic resources and suddenly you're rich. You like that a little better. You have to actually get your technology going to get there. We do have this entertaining skull that's sitting here. We'll get it later. With that, we need Reed. We need Reed, and it looks like really we're just gonna have to head into town and oh my, look at that. How about that? Interesting. That's a very interesting shaped bush. Got one string going up and just kind of looks like it's levitating, but it definitely had a stem. There was definitely a small stem on the bottom. Alright. I have 1 arrow? That doesn't seem quite right. I have 3 arrows, plus 1 more that's in different condition. Alrighty, we're gonna head up, we're gonna get some straw. Let's see what happens on the way. Speaking of what happens on the way, I don't have enough things to defend myself in the event that I run out of arrows, so that's probably not the best move. Not the smartest move. I definitely got taken out by a tree again off camera. I was in a hurry because I heard the music change. So when you're about to be, or when you're being hunted by something or being attacked by something, the music changes, which, hey, super convenient. Nice to get that little announcement. So I'm going, I better look around more and see what's going on. So the tree falls over and I'm busy like trying to hurry through it. And then it ends up, as it's settling on the ground, it bonks my character in the knee and he falls over. He's like, oh geez. And he's down on the ground. I'm going, oh well, this is where we get eaten. And I really wish I had that on camera. I'm sorry that that happened just before I was recording. It was just, and it was one of those things where it's this will be quick stuff. Nobody wants to watch me build the hunter's hut. But sure enough, all the entertaining stuff happens when I'm doing that, of course. None of this stuff is grabbable, huh? And this was the setup from last year. A lot of stuff's still here. Interesting. I wonder what the despawn is like on that. Like, when do those rotate out, or when do new things rotate in? Now we're here for the straw. That's what we're here for. We're just in it for the straw. Should I have probably thought about bringing stuff to town to sell? Well, yeah. I mean, obviously. But I don't really have much to sell. I think, if anything, I found 1 bottle of mead somewhere, or maybe 2 bottles of mead that I could sell. For now, while we grab a couple quests, it's the start of the season. We have some questing I'm sure we can do from the market board, from the board by the market, and I so much want to try hunting that deer, but with only 3 arrows, I don't want to fire them off, have them gone, and have nothing to show for it. But it is so tempting. It's too tempting. I can't resist. I can't just sit here and like wander the whole time and not get anything for it. That's a big old miss. And nope. Well, no, that's not good. Let's see here, 3 arrows to go. 2 realistically, because we have 2 in this stack. I think I'm aiming too high. What? Am I aiming too high or too low? Goodness me. Now, I would say that that was not ideal. Oh yeah, inspector mode. I am a huge fan. Now that I got this, now that we have inspector mode, that's really handy for catching our arrows back. Because, you know, with my inability to hit anything, I'm going to be having to retrieve those a whole bunch. Well, what I lack in archery skill today, I have in extracting reeds. Is that really a fair comparison? I don't think so. But it is what we need. Let's get the reed and just call it even. Now from here, I think we could probably just head back and be done with it. But questing, right? Questing. Gotta have some things to do from the village. Now, I do think people will probably look and say, you built those houses, and they're the small, simple houses. That's probably going to contribute to the happiness of your villager, and why didn't you just build the upgraded houses? Since it probably unlocks pretty early, and I think we might have unlocked them. Don't recall, we'll double check. And yeah, absolutely, I will be building nothing but bigger houses as we go. The small, simple houses are convenient at the start just because the amount of resources they take. It's not, you know, it's worth noting that building those standard houses, the next level up from the small simple, it is way worth it. It is absolutely worth it to build them, since by the time you build that house, the happiness gain from that, plus the happiness gain from making it out of stone and having the nice insulation value, it's gonna keep them happy for all the seasons with little issue. I am kind of going to town on gathering up this reed. The reason is I don't want to do this again. I want to have this be a one-time deal. So when I think about gathering things, when I think about getting resources, I tend to think in the far future idea where it's I'm going to need some reeds for a while. I probably won't be using reeds for very long for houses, but a lot of my basic structures, like the level 1 barn that we have to build and things like that, I'm going to have no choice. And right now I don't have any farming that is helping me get straw. So for now, we just need the straw, and I'm hoping that that's more than enough, and then we can use that straw for something else as we go. Zamoose. Ooh, look at these crazy looking deer. No, that's a cow. Alrighty. And here's our recruitables. I am so tempted to just get another villager and string us out and make it really difficult to keep things going, because we're trying to balance all the needs of our villagers way earlier than we should be. I am so tempted. You have no idea how tempted I am just to go for it and just be like, you know what, whatever. It's going to be challenging. Who cares? Let's just run it. And I probably will. By the time we leave here, probably going to end up saying, you know what, no way. We're getting a second villager. I don't even have a job for them yet. Let's just go. Let's just raise the challenge level all the way up and make sure that we have no choice but to just gun it to the, or like book it to the having a village. But I mean, doing that's probably not a good move. It's just, oh my goodness. Alright, we need to have a simple bag and a wooden shovel. No. Ooh, wheat grain. Simple bags. Oh, leather. Oh, I absolutely want to get to that done. Now, this one says sticks and straw and logs. I am there. Yeah, we're doing that one, because we're basically done with that. That's the one we're working on currently. Let's see here. Deliver to her a wooden shovel and simple bags. That's so tempting. The wheat grain's worth it. Hunting boars. Oh, well, I mean, yes, we have already proven our ability to hunt boars by getting ambushed before by that second boar. That went well. Apparently I can't shoot deer, but boar, I got them. Simple bags and wooden shovels. Now, hold up. Can I build shovels on my own with it? Oh, well, yeah, I can. Alright, that's a no question. Yeah, done. The only problem with that is that now I need to build simple bags, and simple bags, that is going to require, that's going to require us to have leather, and that's going to require us to be hunting things. That means more arrows, ideally. That's what I'd like to be using. Again, would really like to be using arrows. But that's not where we are currently. Hey, alright, another level in survival. By the way, I did upgrade my extraction skill off camera. I happened to notice that at a couple points. And what did I put them in? Just straight into extraction knowledge. I want that skill building rapidly because that's the one that pays off the most later. And the reason I say it pays off later is mule. I want that carrying capacity. And I also want it to be easier for me to, let's see here. The faster mining doesn't really, I'm not big into that one. The slower stamina construction for mining is probably fine, but honestly, I'll probably at that point not be too worried about it. I'll have villagers doing that work. As far as this one's concerned, is there anything worth doing in the higher tiers? I did survival sense because I really like just turning on inspector mode and highlighting those key objects. It's a nice creature comfort. I think that's wonderful to have around. I'm not worried about health yet. Probably should be with how many times I keep accidentally getting hit by trees, and the fact that we live next to the wolf area is a tricky one. Needing less food is a good thing. Alcohol resistance, don't need that. Not thinking about that one quite yet. Movement and water, nah. In the old game, in the valley area, I would definitely have been all about that since I'd be running across water all the time. Let's just keep our focus on getting that skill to rise fast, so we're doing the knowledge one. And honestly, if you're ever hesitating and you're saying, gee, which one do I do? Getting the one that builds your experience faster is always the best bet. It pays off over the long run much more than any other one. Oh, silly. Oh, hammer that stump. How dare you, stump? Take a hammer. That was me forgetting what keybinds I was going with, what hotbar spots I have. Oh, birch trees. Birch trees give so little wood. All the same amount of work for just not as much wood. I try to keep my character just that little pinch away from getting touched by the tree while it falls, so I fall over and cause myself some agony and trouble. I do believe that as far as questing is concerned, I think we're done with this one. Do we have enough? We have. Yes, we do. Alright, let's go turn that in. We have enough. You can tell when you look at the quests, just in case you're new to this and you're saying like, wait, how you're saying you know. So when you look, the number in the parentheses, which is on the right, that's how many you have. The one on the left, next to the X, is telling you how many you need. So right now I've got 52 and I need 27 gold. For straw, yeah, we're fine. We have 174. We're great there. And I have 6 logs. I needed 5. Just helping out. You may have, most of you, I'm guessing people already know that, and it's fine. But for every once in a while, if somebody just needs that little bit of help, there you go. Now I'm supposed to be able to turn this in. Oh, I see. My fault. I see that the always tracking quest helps to look where the exclamation point is, because that's what's guiding us to our destination. Speaking of guiding us to our destination, oh, boo. It's all the way over in the other village. I didn't even realize that that's a thing. I didn't realize that the board could communicate or could make us go from one village to the other. Goodness. Okay. Well, let's see if there's anything here that we need to do before we run off. I don't want to spend my whole time running out over there. She's local. Yes, she is local. She's right here, as a matter of fact. Simple bag, only need 1 leather, and I do believe I am a person with low amount of coin. So we're gonna have to do something about that. Well, we do know where the boars are. I think we'll take it upon ourselves to take care of that. Darn. And one of the problems we're gonna have right now is that quest that I want to turn in, I am carrying the bulk of this stuff for that quest, and that's going to slow us down. Strafe run for the win, perhaps? I almost think we just go turn in that quest and head back to the village and then call it a day and just chalk it up to, oops, that was a silly mistake, and see what we encounter on the way. And then when we get back, I can drop off the straw, finish the hut, get the arrows, so that now the rest of the quests are in a good spot to be taken care of. And it probably doesn't hurt to take a little time to explore the regions around here. Interesting. This is... Huh. This is pretty cool, actually. It looks like a space that used to be something. Wow. Cool. I do like the retaining wall they put up there. And I do like the fallen structure. I mean, this is pretty neat. Too bad you can't harvest firewood out of there. That would have been handy. I'd take a bunch of that. Let's see here. We'll walk up this little gangway. Ooh. I mean, nobody's living here, I would imagine. Dumped loot. Well, if you dumped it, you don't need it, do you? Oat beer's worth money. We're on to that. Thank you for the oat beer. Now, let's do some crouching and attempting to sneak across. Apparently my head's too high and I can't get lower. Get low. Get low. Get low. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh dear. And unfortunately, now we have managed to get ourselves stuck. And actually factually stuck. Like I have nothing I can do. That's the unstuck feature. I appreciate it. So, oops. Got myself stuck in the environment there. It's just a thing. It happens. Maybe got ahead of myself. Maybe my head's too big or I'm wearing too tall of a hat. Oh, 23. Boo. That axe is not necessarily worth it. Alrighty, well he did pick up more things, which is not the best move, right? Because now carrying... Oh, hi. How are you doing? Let's track the other journal. Or the other... Let's track the other question. The quest in the journal. It's getting to be nighttime. Gonna be a bit of a problem. Because we're gonna be traveling in nighttime. And there's wolves. So, sitting here carrying too much stuff. We needed only 5 straw. We'll do one thing. We can at least make one stone spear out of this. And I'll tell you, I'm gonna need stone axes. So let's... Oh, wait a minute. No, no, no. Don't do that, because... Oh no, it's just sticks. Yeah, we're good. Okay. I thought I was about to craft a bunch of stone axes and then take away all the things that I'm supposed to bring for this quest. That would have been silly. When you're crafting something, if you want to cancel, you just press the right mouse button. It cancels the action. This is going to take our sticks down. I'm not as concerned about that, because we can gather more sticks. We'll just gather them right before we get there, and it's not a ton. We just need 27. Realistically, I'd rather be able to run faster than I would be interested in having sticks. A little nervous about how close we're going to get to that red zone, so we're going to try to take the pathway that's away from red. Oh, it's maybe it's a good thing we looked at the map. Yeah, we'll just get ourselves out of that area. I'm not so keen on the idea of getting taken down by the wolves. And here we are at nighttime. This day was a little disorganized, I think. I'd say we were definitely... We did not lack for things that need to get done, but sometimes you have a day where things just kind of don't flow. I think things went all right, considering we do have... Me running around with all this stuff in my inventory, honestly, is just bothersome, but I want to be sure we get our turn in doing well, and it's not going to slow us down too bad, realistically. Doing the strafe run does help. Oh, discovered animal spot. Wolf. Perhaps we won't even make it. Perhaps this is it. Sneaking through the woods. I wouldn't say sneaking, though. I probably shouldn't say sneaking. I am just up and running through the woods. If I was a wolf, I'd be laughing my head off right now. I'd be like, what do you even think you're doing, man? You're running through the woods, carrying too much stuff. And there's wolves here? Did you not think about your situation? But, I mean, that's like coming from the guy who's just about to walk across an entire river. Yep. Slogging through it. Oh, we're gonna make it. Oh, we are gonna make it. If anything, I'm stubborn. Hey, wait, it looks like we didn't finish that drink. Interesting. There we go. I guess I had to stop walking in order to do the drink. Probably too much head bobbing. Yep, that's right. We are stubbornly getting to the end of this. That is it. That is the only goal we have, is to stubbornly travel all the way through here, carrying too much stuff, like a silly fool, so that we can turn in just one quest and not have enough sticks yet, because we still have to gather the sticks up once we get in town. Bam! There we go. And now, with the turn-in of this quest, ideally, in case, hopefully, this person being, if they're sleeping, oh my goodness, no way. That'll be a problem. We need 27, so I'm just gathering my bit up. There we go, done. Let's get into town. It's kind of fun to see the second town now, so we can get a little idea about what things are like here. Jump over things, walk into town, how you doing? Yeah, good thing you didn't all watch me walk into town by I wouldn't say I was sneaking, but fantastically. I just walked through the woods with the wolves, and I'm carrying too much stuff just so I can help you make sure that you're good to go. You saw a lone wolf creeping in a pigsty at night. Yeah. Then, okay. Yeah. That wind was definitely knocking it over, huff and puff, and blew the place down. Doesn't look bad at first glance, but it would be a pity if it crumbled on your pigs. Yes. Miners are blockheads. Hey! What? She's coming right at us because we're building a mining town. Listen to her. Oh, of the things to say. Ma'am, you're welcome. We're out of here. Alrighty, there's our fast travel, perhaps? Yeah. Oh, hi. You're awake here?
Treating you?
Well, I guess we could fast travel. I doubt that we're going to want to fast travel, because there's not any intrigue or any risk involved, and that's definitely what I'm here for. So with that, it's already 27 minutes into the video, so I want to call it. I don't want to make these videos too long. Sometimes they do get pretty long. What I'll do to wrap this up is I'm just going straight back home. If anything crazy happens, I will start the recording again, and we'll do like a little mini episode of my the trip home through the woods that didn't go according to plan. Thanks for being here for a kind of, mild and a little off-kilter episode, and a little underplanned, perhaps, or I should say underplanned, going off the cuff and just seeing what can happen, since we kind of got stuck in a space where we don't have a lot of the resources we actually needed. So thanks for joining me for that, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.